Subscribe the channel for latest updates. Press the bell icon. Hello guys. So today we will dictate a speech by Honorable President of India dated 7th September 2020 on the subject National Education Policy. So get ready for the dictation at the count of 3, 2, 1, start. The education policy has been formulated after an unprecedented and extensive process of consultations. I have been told that in formulating this policy, more than 2 lakh suggestions received from 2.5 lakh gram panchayats, more than 12.5 thousand local bodies, and about 675 districts have been taken into consideration. Due to such a nationwide and extensive participation, this education policy truly embodies national expectations and solutions. This education policy will be able to take the countryman, especially the youth, forward in accordance with the needs and aspirations of the 21st century. It is not only a policy document but a reflection of the aspirations of the learners and citizens of India. Para. I thank the Union Minister of Education, Minister of State for Education, and all officers of the Ministry and people of other institutions for successfully completing the elaborate and complex process of formulating and finalizing the education policy. Dr. Kasturi Rangan, a recipient of Padma Vibhushan, and all the members of his team who gave the present form to this education policy, deserve special appreciation. I congratulate the Prime Minister for his visionary leadership and inspiring role in shaping the historical document of National Education Policy 2020. Para. After the announcement of the National Education Policy, discussions have started at various levels and areas. This policy has been welcomed by academics, parents, students, and general public. It is being said that if changes are effectively brought about in accordance with this policy, India will emerge as an education superpower. Para. Governors will have an important role in the implementation of this education policy. At present, more than 2.5 crore students get education in more than 400 state universities and more than 40,000 colleges affiliated to them. State universities have a special responsibility from this point of view. Mostly governors are chancellors of these universities. Governors need to contribute to the implementation of the education policy by establishing dialogue and coordination with universities, colleges, institutions, and other stakeholders. Para. I am told that some states have already started consultation in the direction of implementation of the education policy through virtual conferences, etc. All such efforts are commendable. Para. Education is the most effective means of social justice and personal advancement. There is no better investment than that in education to improve the future of society. From the 1968 education policy to the current one, it has been consistently clarified that the central and state governments should jointly aim to invest 6% of GDP in the field of public education. The National Education Policy 2020 recommends to reach this goal at the earliest. Para. Teaching and learning should aim to develop exploration, problem solving, spirit of inquiry, and creativity in the students and instill in them the ability and the new approach to use new information as required. They should be given education that develops character building, ethics, compassion, and sensitivity, and also makes them employable. Through a complete overhaul of the higher education system, this policy seeks to provide education to the youth according to their aspirations and needs. Para. The education policy clearly states that a robust public education system is the basis of a vibrant democratic society. Therefore, strengthening public educational institutions is very important. It has been emphasized in the national education policy that we have to develop a modern education system based on Indian values. At the same time, efforts have to be made to provide opportunities for high quality education to everyone and to create a vibrant and equitable knowledge society. One of the aims of this education system is to generate awareness and respect among students for fundamental rights, duties, and constitutional values, patriotism, and their responsibilities in a changing world. The importance of public purpose and ethics has been emphasized in all areas of higher education, especially in those which groom professionals. Para. With the help of the education policy, we have to nurture students who are imbued with national pride as well as a sense of global well being and can truly become global citizens. Para. Through this policy, the nature of India's education system in the digital and globalized world has been clearly enunciated. A special emphasis has been laid on inclusion of people from socially and economically disadvantaged groups or SEDGs into the education system. The highest priority of this education system will be to provide foundational literacy and numeracy to all children at primary school level by the year 2025. The structure of higher education can stand only on this foundation. Teachers will have a central role in bringing about the fundamental changes being made in the educational system. It has been made clear in this education policy that the most promising people should be selected for the teaching profession. Their decent livelihood, dignity, and autonomy should be ensured.